Okay, it is live now.
Yeah, okay.
Hello everyone, good evening. So this is the last day of a Python web app and GitHub course. Okay. So as I said yesterday, actually what we have discussed yesterday in yesterday's session, we have discussed about GitHub, how to create the branches, how to make the changes, how to commit the changes, whatever the changes you make, how to commit the changes. We have seen the steps to commit the changes. First, we need to add the change, then commit the change, and to see that result in the GitHub, we're pushing those files, right? We're pushing those files, and we have created new directory in our PC. We have created a new directory in our PC, and we have worked on with that files, and we have pushed those files, and we have created branch. We have seen how to deal with branches in yesterday's section. How to create a new branch, how to navigate to another branch, how to delete a branch, and etc. etc. We have seen all these things in yesterday's session. And I also explained how to merge the branch. How to merge the branch by sending the pull request. By clicking the pull request, you can merge the two branches. So that whatever the changes that we have made in our branch, that branch changes should merge with the main branch. Yes, we have made a branch, new branch named future one in yesterday's session, and we have made some changes. And after a few changes, we thought to merge it in main branch. We have seen how to do that in yesterday's session, right? So we have seen how to run the commands, how to manage the files, how to track the files using Git and GitHub in yesterday's session. So in today's session, we'll be discussing how to build a project using Streamlit. Okay, using the Streamlit, we'll be building a basic application. Okay, generally, I want you all to just search in browser, Google or any browser, resume building applications, resume building websites. If you want to build a resume, there are many resume building websites. So if you search that website, there will be plenty of websites. You can easily build your resume using those websites. You can just enter your details, the resume will be ready. Okay. But how do you think those websites have been made? How the websites have been made? Those websites, those all websites. Those all are made using front end and back end, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. In the back end, if they might use any programming language, SQL, etc., etc. Right? But I am not a person. I'm not a person who is into web development. I am a person from data science or machine learning or else web development only. Let's say I want to build a website in less amount of time. In less amount of time, I want to build a website, and with easier manner. In an easier manner, I want to build my website now. Can I do that? Yes, I can do that using Streamlit framework. So as we discussed the advantages of Streamlit, we have seen the advantages of Streamlit. What are the advantages? How Streamlit is more preferable to build your web applications very quickly with easy syntax, less number of lines of code. You can build a website. So in today's session, we'll be discussing how to build. In today's session, we'll be discussing how to build a resume builder application. Okay, using Streamlit, we'll build a resume building application, and in the end, I want you all to perform some task with that. Whatever you'll be building the project, I want you all to perform some task with that project using GitHub. Okay. So first, let me just go to Visual Studio Code. Just a minute. Okay. So now we will be opening Visual Studio Code. We'll be using Visual Studio Code for developing this project. Okay. I'll be using Visual Studio Code and you can use whatever ID you want to. But I suggest to use Visual Studio Code for building projects. Okay. So I've created a folder named Resume Streamlit. So I've created a folder named Resume Streamlit. I'm opening. I've created a Python file. You know, as I said, how to create a Python file. We have seen those things. Now let's start with the project. Okay. So the project is to build the resume. So I'll be explaining the code where we'll be building a Streamlit based application where it will allow users, it is a Streamlit based application, it allow users to create their own resume and download the resume in PDF format. Okay, where they'll be providing their personal information like education, work experience, personal information, skills, projects, and additional details. So now we'll get into this code. First thing, we'll be importing these libraries. Import Streamlit as ST, import FPDF, import from FPDF, import FPDF, import base64. Okay. So Streamlit, it is a Python library. Streamlit, we are using a Streamlit as we have discussed about Streamlit. So it is a Python library for creating web apps easily. You can just build the web apps easily, quickly, with less amount of code using Streamlit. Okay. Here we can just easily build the web apps. And here we have FPDF. So FPDF from FPDF, import FPDF, which means this is a library. It will be generating PDF documents in Python. Okay. You will be creating resume, but we want to save it as a PDF. So to create PDF, we are using this library, FPDF. Next, we are importing base64. Okay. We are importing base64. So this module, it is used to encode binary data, like PDF in this case. So it will encode binary data into base64 format, which means you want to, this is generally required for creating a downloadable link. Okay. So base64 it is generally required for creating a downloadable link. So we have created a function for PDF creation. So this function we have created using define create PDF. Define create PDF is we are creating the functions. We can create a function, start the functions using diff keyword, and create PDF is the function name, and we are passing few parameters: name, email, phone, LinkedIn, address, education, work experience, skills, projects, and additional info. So these things will be including in our resume. Okay, these things will be including in our resume. So this is the function. It generates a PDF resume. It formats the user details and it will return as a PDF object. Okay, so this is the function for that. I'll explain this function. First, we'll go to the main application. This is main function, define main. This is the main function. Okay, so this main function, this is of Streamlit. Okay, so this function, it is used to generate using Streamlit. We are creating the website. This main function is creating the website for creating the resume using Streamlit. Okay, this is it. This is the main function. Now first I'll explain the main function line by line. Then after that we'll go to the PDF function. Okay, so first thing, define main. Where is it? So this is define main. First, we'll be setting up the title of our web app. So my title for my web app is Resume Maker App. So for writing the title, we'll be using this function, streamlit.title. So this displays the title Resume Maker app at the top of the Streamlit web app. Next, with sidebar, okay, what does this do is it places the following, whatever we are asking the input fields. We are asking the user to enter the input fields. We want it to be in sidebar first and run the application so that you will understand it easily. So if I run Streamlit run, my file name is how to run the Streamlit. We'll be using command Streamlit run file name.py. So the file name is demo2.py. If I enter, if I press enter, this will redirect me to the just a minute. I'll run this first. If I enter this link, if I press this link, it's been opened multiple times because I've pressed this for multiple times. So if I run my project, it's getting run. You can see here. Just wait it for to completely run. Okay. So this, if I run my project, so this is how it is appearing. So here you can see side tab. This is the side tab where we are asking the user to enter the input. So this is the title Resume Maker app. I'm asking user to enter the input in the sidebar. So that's the reason. Sorry. So that's the reason with sidebar, I'm create the subheader for the sidebar is personal information. And this sidebar, first the subheader will be personal information. So this adds a subheader. So with st.sidebar, this places the following input fields. So this places the following, these all are following input fields. These input fields will be placing at the sidebar, in the sidebar of the web app. So first is st.subheader. It adds a subheader labeled personal information. Okay. So this is the subheader for this sidebar as personal information. Okay. And it is asking to input in the text format. Name, email, phone, these will be st.text input. st.text input, what happens? It is asking user to enter the input using streamlit.text input. While entering the input, the title for the taking the input is name. Okay. The title for the input is name. So here where user can enter the text input. And next st.text input email. So here each call it creates a text input field where the user can type their name, email, phone, and LinkedIn URL. Okay. So it is asking for email, phone, LinkedIn URL. Okay, where user can type the text and everything is being shared in name, email, phone, LinkedIn address. Now, after personal information, now we want education. Next comes the education. And here you can see Everything is text input, text input, text input. Next, we have address. This is text area. So this will create the larger input box for the address, because normally the name, email, phone, LinkedIn URL, it will be in one line generally. But if it is address, we want it to be entered in a larger text input box. I will show this. You can see for name, email, phone, LinkedIn URL, it is single line. For address, we are creating the text input box is large. Okay. And we want again subheader as education. Okay, we are taking the input for education. So Streamlit.subheader as education. This adds a subheader for the education section. And I'm creating a list. I'm initializing an empty list. Whatever the user enters the education, all those entries to be, I want it to be stored under this list so that I can pass it to my PDF to give in a proper format. So first, education won't be in a single institute. There will be many number of educations like 10th, schooling, then intermediate, that is 12th, and graduation, post-graduation, right? There will be many education types. So I want user to enter all of them. So first, subheader education, then created an empty list. And I'm asking number education. I'm asking the user to enter the input. So st.number input. So this will allow user to enter the input in number. And the title for this is number of education entries. Minimum value should be 1, maximum value should be 10. So the minimum value for this is should be 1, and maximum value for this education entries is 10, and step is equal to 1, which means after 1 it is 2, after 2 it is 3, which means step is 1. Okay, so any number input, this is a number input, it will let the user to specify how many education entries they want to include from 1 to 10. Okay, you can see here. So first let me write the details here. ABC person, and ABC @gmail.com, and 9xxx. Okay. Something like this. And I'll ask them to enter the LinkedIn URL. Okay. And I'm entering the address also here. Address to be something like as Hyderabad. And I need to press Control plus Enter to like Control Enter. And here you can see this is the education entries. So this is creating the number box. Minimum value is 1. Maximum value we have set it up to 10, which means it can't take more than 10 educations. You can see. So see, after 10 it is not taking, cannot increase the education entries. So minimum value is 1, maximum value is 10. So again, I'm lowering the number. I want to add, first I want to add 1 education. or else I want to add 2 educations. 2 education entries I want to add. Okay. So this is the number box. Okay. So whatever the user enters the number of education entries, I cannot repeat the code to ask the education, which education that he has been studying, what is the CGPA. For all the education entries, I cannot repeat the code, right? So if you don't want to repeat the code, what we'll be using? We'll be using for loop. Okay, because I don't want, for suppose if user has entered as 2 education entries, should I write it separately for 1 education entry? Should I write the separate code for asking the user input? What is the education institute name, CGPA, time period? I don't want like that. I want it to repeat I will be using loop to repeat the things, because I won't be repeating the things again and again. I won't write the code again and again. This reduces the amount of lines and time, and efficient code will become efficient. So for whatever the user has enters the number of education, so in that range, for I in range in num education, so whatever the user will enter the num education, which means how many education entries you want to, this loop, once it crosses that the amount, it will stop, right? As we have already discussed about for loops, how it works. So once the range becomes more than that, it will stop. The loop will go to the next line. It will come out of the loop. It will break the loop. Okay, so now I'm asking the institution st.text input. So I'm asking the institution. Okay, and period. So these things I'm asking. Institutions. What is the institution name? Period. CGPA. Okay, CGPA, and that's it. Whatever I'm asking the user, again I'm appending these things to this empty list. Institution in the form of dictionary. In this list, I'm writing it as dictionary institution, comma institution, whatever the user enters, period, comma whatever the user enters the period. Okay, and CGPA. Okay, so this, it takes institution, and then after that it will go to I plus 1, and key is equal to I, which means what? So it is it is asking the user in a text input format, and it is updating the key. Next, we are having input for work experience. Now I need to ask the user to enter the input work experience. Before I go to that, I'll fill these details. So institution 1, ABC High School, time period, I'll write as 2020 to 2021, like that. And institution 2, I'll write XYZ College of Engineering. I'll write time period as something like, I need to enter this. Enter. Time period, I'll enter something as 2021 to what will it will be 2025, right? Yeah. And I'll ask the CGPA to I'll set the CGPA to be something like 8.7. Okay. Now we have completed this education part. Here I've added only 2 entries. How many entries you want to give for your education? You can give those many entries. Okay, now we'll move on to work experience. Okay, so this will add a subheader. This will add a subheader for the work experience section, and work experience, this will initialize an empty list to store the work experience entries. Okay, now this will ask the input. So this st.number input, it allows the user to select. So this allows the user to select how many work experience they want. So the minimum number, here also we have given minimum value as 1, maximum value as 10, and step as 1. Now for I in range, int num experience, which means what? This loops through the number of work experience entries. How many work experience entries the user has added? It will loop through those many entries only. Once it crosses that limit, it will come out of the loop. Okay. Now st.text input and st.text area. So this prompts the user to provide the details for each work experience, including company name, time period, and their role, and any description. And then after that, I'm appending these things to this empty list. This dictionary, company as key, value as the company name, whatever the user enters, period as the key, whatever the user enters the period, time period. That will be this thing. So whatever the user enters, the company, period, role, everything will be stored in this. It will be taking it as key and value base, and again it is stored in this list. Okay, we'll complete this thing also. So I want to add only one work experience. I'll give the company name as something like ABC Technologies. And I'll give time period as I'll give time period as something like 20 Jan 2023 to, okay, we'll give something else. 24 to it's just a normal, I'm just taking an example, don't consider this. Role I'll give something like intern. And I'm entering in description, worked on so and so technologies, I'll write. Worked on so, and we don't really make resume like this. I'm just showing the example. Worked on so and so technologies. Now we want, after this, we want skills. Okay. So now I'm creating subheader as skills. And skills, for skills, I'm asking this thing will be displayed. Enter each skill on a new line. So I'm asking the user to enter each skill on a new line. Then I'm creating the variable as skills, and I'm creating the text area. Text area means it will take the input in the large amount of area. It will create a text area where users can list skills, each on a new line. So st.text area skills. This will be heading for the text area. Okay. So this is for skills. We'll go to this website again. So I'm asking user to enter each skill on a new line. So I'll give it as first C, Java, and Python. We want Python. Python. We'll write GitHub, Git and GitHub, and I'll control enter. I'll control enter. If I press control enter, you can see here. These skills have been displayed here like this in the key points. Okay. Now we'll come with the projects. So the projects are, I'm creating the subheader as projects, and I'm creating the empty list. Again, I'm asking the user to enter the number input, streamlit.number input. So minimum value is 1, maximum value is 10, step as 1. So this heading will be displayed like this. Whenever user is entering the input, the heading for that text for this number input is number of projects. So now we'll loop through this range of projects. Whatever the user enters the input, until there we'll be looping for the projects. So it allows the user, so it loops to the number of project entries. Now again it is asking st.text input, project title. Okay, it asks the user for input prompts the user to provide the project title and description. Only these things we'll be using generally. Then after that, this projects.append line, it will append, this stores the project details. Okay, it will store the project details, title and description in the as dictionary, and again we'll be storing it as a projects list. So in this projects list, to add these things, we'll be using append function. You know that we have discussed about list also. So this is about projects, and additional information also I've added a streamlit.subheader additional information. So this is subheader for additional information, additional info. So I'm creating st.text area. So this adds a subheader for any additional information, and I'm creating a large text area where user can add any other extra information, additional information. Okay. So this is, we have discussed for projects. Let's say I've created one project. So I'll give project title as resume builder. Resume, sorry. Resume builder app. Okay. And description, I'll write builder resume maker app using Streamlit. Okay. And pressing Control Enter. So this is like description I've added for this. Now there will be sometimes additional information, right? I hereby declare something like, right? I hereby declare that all the information is true and so on, right? Write something. So I'm just giving the example how this all works, how it takes input. So we don't really make resume like this. I'm just giving the example. So now this is how resume maker app is. We have created it using Streamlit. Now we want it to download it as PDF. Right. Let's be just now I'm displaying this resume. So this is everything. It is taking the input in the sidebar. Right. So this is everything with st.sidebar, which means it is taking everything sidebar with user input. Now we need to display on the left-hand side. We are displaying these things, right? We are displaying these things, A, B, C, everything, work experience, additional information. We are displaying these things on the right side. For this also we need to write the code, right? So this is the code for that. So this is displaying resume content in the web app. So this is st.write. The function we are using is st.write. So st.write, it displays the user's name, email, phone, LinkedIn address, everything on the main part of the web app. So where are these variables? Name, email, phone, LinkedIn address, whatever the user has entered the input before in the sidebar. In sidebar, whatever the user has entered the input, that is stored in the name, email, phone, LinkedIn. These variables it was stored. So the same variables, from the same variables we are displaying we are taking the data and we are displaying the information. Where is it? Yeah. So from those variables we are taking the data and we are displaying it. So for that we are using st.write. Okay. Next we are writing education. We are displaying education section. It adds a header for the education section. So this is the header for this. Next for edu in education. So education, we have made a list right before for education. So it will loop through the education entry in the list. Okay. We are looping through the each education entry in the list and we are writing each education using st.write. So this displays each institution, period and CGPA. Institution, period, CGPA from the list. From the keys and values, we have stored it as keys and values, right? So it is taking using the key, it is accessing the values. Now similarly for work experience, it goes through. So it adds st.write work experience adds a header for the work experience section. So for experience and work experience. So this loops to the work experience entries. This will loop to the work experience entries and it will write. So it will loop to the work experience entries and it displays each company, period, role, description and everything. These all are stored in previously the list through dictionary, right? As dictionary. So it is taking the keys. So using these keys and we are accessing the values whatever user has entered. Next for skills, displaying skill section. So we are displaying the skill section. So this adds a header for the skill section, and it splits the user input for skills by new line, and it loops through each skill. Okay. So additional information, etc., etc. Now, if st.button, now we are creating a button, download resume as PDF. After everything, additional information, we are creating the button, download resume as PDF. If I click this button, okay, if I click this button, I'm creating a new variable PDF, and I'm calling the function name. The function name is create PDF. I'm giving all the details: name, email, phone, LinkedIn, address, education, work experience, skills, projects. So if I created this function, if I'm calling this function, as soon as I call this function, it will go to this function and it will take the input arguments and it will go here. So we are providing the input arguments, right? Name, email, whatever the user has entered, this will be the input arguments. Now we are creating the PDF, whatever the user has entered the input. For that, we are creating the PDF. Okay. For that, we are creating the PDF. Now we'll be going to the PDF. So this is the create PDF function. Okay. So this function, it name is create PDF. It takes multiple arguments: name, email, phone, LinkedIn, which is personal details of the user, education, work experience, skills, projects, additional info. These are arrays. These are what? These are list. These are list and text containing the user's resume content. Now, this function, it will just create a PDF using the fpdf library. Okay, we are having fpdf library. Using this library, it is creating the PDF. And based on these inputs, it is creating the PDF and it returns the PDF object. Okay, so PDF is equal to fpdf. This will create an instance of the fpdf class. Okay, we are creating the instance of this class. So this represents that the PDF document in the memory. So PDF dot add page. So it adds a new blank page to the PDF document. Next, for PDFs, we are setting the font. So this sets the default font for the PDF to be Arial with the size of 12. Okay, so this is the font that will be used for most of the document. Okay, this is the general font that will be used for most of the documents. If you want to specify any other fonts, you can do that. Now it is taking the username, name, email, phone, etc., etc. Right? Now we are adding the name. So first I'm setting the font for that. So this changes the font to Arial with the bold style, and it will increase the font size to 16 for the user's name. For the username, it is increasing the font size to 16. Now PDF.cell. So it will create a cell. Cell is used to create a text box or cell with the following parameters. That is 200. This is width of the cell. Okay. This is height of the cell 10. So text is equal to name.encode Latin 1 replace.decode Latin 1, which means what? The user's name, it is encoded in Latin 1 to handle special characters. Okay. Then decoded back to normal string format. Okay. Then it is decoded to normal string format, and ln is equal to 2. It moves the cursor to the next line after printing the cell. Okay. And align is equal to C. This aligns the text in the center of the cell. And PDF.ln10. So here we are having PDF.ln10. So this adds a vertical space. Vertical space, which means, vertical space, which means line break. It adds line break of 10 units after the name. So similarly, we are setting all the PDF, these things. Next, we are setting the PDF font Arial size as 12 for personal details. Okay. It resets the font to regular Arial size 12 for the personal detail section, and we are creating this cell. So it adds the user email to the PDF, and the time to the text is left aligned. Okay, you can see align is equal to L. So this time the text is aligned to the left, and it moves the next line. It moves to the next line after being printed. That is ln is equal to true. So the same pattern is repeated for phone number, email, LinkedIn address. Next pdf.ln10. Again, it is adding a vertical space of 10 units after printing the personal details. Now we are adding education section. So this sets the font to, again, this sets the font to AL, size 14, bold, bold Arial, size to 14. Now pdf.cell, it adds the education title. Okay, it adds the education title to the PDF and left aligned as L. It moves to the next line. And pdf.set font AL, it changes font back to regular AL size 12 for the content below the title. Okay, the content below the title. And it adds the education details. For Edu in education, we are sharing it as list, right? So pdf.multi-cell. So for Edu in education, it loops over each education entry provided by the user, and pdf.multi-cell. So this prints the details of each education entry using the multi-line text box, multi-cell. So unlike cell, multi-cell, it will handle multiple lines of text. Okay. Again, we are decoding and encoding the things. So the width of the cell, you want it to be 0, and the height of each line cell is 10. And this combines the institution name, period, and CGPF for each entry into a string properly encoded in Latin 1 so that it can handle special characters. Next, pdf.line 5. So this adds a vertical space of 5 units between education entries, so that to separate them visually. Then final return, we are returning the PDF. So this function, this PDF function, it will create a well-formatted resume PDF with whatever the user has provided the information. So it is using the FPDF library to create cells for text, and it is handling the encoding for special characters. Okay. So this is about to create the PDF. Okay. We have created the PDF. Then we are opening the PDF output as read binary file. Whenever, as soon as we download the PDF, it converts the PDF to bytes and encode it in base 64. Okay. Now we are creating the download button. Okay. So now we'll move on to this website. I have made that. Now if I enter this button, download resume as PDF, it is running. It is asking click here to download your resume. So now you can see the resume is getting downloaded. If I open the file, open file. So ABC person resume.pdf, it is being saved as PDF extension. With PDF extension, it is getting saved. So let it load. Now you can see. So this PDF format, we have set it using this PDF function. Wait a minute. It is. So this is being downloaded as PDF. Just a minute. So again, I'm downloading the PDF file. Did I just enter, control enter these things? Need to press enter. It is loading. Just a minute. So you need to enter the details properly, enter the button. So it will be downloaded as PDF. So let me just enter everything. So enter it properly, and then you can download the resume as PDF. So this is how resume maker, yeah, that is resume builder app works. How we have built using Streamlit. This is how we build it using Streamlit. Okay. You can also deploy it. There are other options. Print, settings, rerun. I'll rerun it. I'll download resume. Okay. Okay, so actually why it is displaying like this is, in the Visual Studio Code, for displaying it as PDF, we have added only these things. We have created for name, email, phone, LinkedIn address, and for education, we have created until education only we have created. Okay, we have not done for work experience, skills, and additional information. So that's the reason. If you want to add, you can add the same format. So that's the reason it is printing only up to education. Okay. So that's it about today's session. And since today is the last day of this web app, Python, and GitHub course, so I want you all to give the feedback. How was this course? So give some feedback. Is it good? Was it going well? How was it? You can just give the review of this session. And there is also Google review link has been shared. Just go through that Google review link and you can just give the review of these sessions, whatever we have discussed throughout this course. You can just give the review of this course. So this is the last day of our session. So I want to thank you all for being part of this course, that is Python web app and GitHub course. And it's been great to see your progress throughout these sessions. And I hope you have found the content valuable, and I hope you have understood whatever I explained throughout the sessions. Okay. So thank you all once again. And as we wrap up, I just want to take a moment to ask if any one of you are interested in further learning with Pragyatmika's other courses. So if you go to Pragyatmika's website, this is the official website of Pragyatmika, that is pragyatmika.co.in. Just take the look of this website. So as soon as you enter the website, you can just go to the courses. We have many interesting courses. We have upcoming courses. So we have AI and data analytics. So I want you all, whether if you are interested in further learning with Pragyatmika's other courses. So we have some exciting upcoming courses like data science, AI and data science. We are having AIoT also. I'll also explain that. So this is the AI and data analytics internship. If you're interested, you can just go through this contents, whatever we'll be discussing, course topics, and you can enroll for this internship. So it is 12 weeks training plus major project internship opportunity. Also, it gives you placement support. Okay. Here also we are having LMS support for contents evaluations, etc. So this also provides placement and mentoring support. Okay. So this is data and AI and data analytics internship training plus project, where it will provide training, internship, and certificate. So if you have any queries about these things, you can just go to the you can just go text us at these numbers 9654, these numbers. You can just text at these numbers if you have any interest or any queries related to this course. Okay. So this is the course overview. We can just go to all the contents, program highlights, schedule of the session. So this is 12 weeks duration. It is delivered online live for 12 weeks duration. And the average duration of the session is 90 to 120 minutes. So benefits of enrollment. Session structure, it has 250 plus hours of total learning, 100 hours of project implementation. Okay. So these are about different courses. You can just go to the Pragyaatmika website, and whenever you want any courses from Pragyaatmika, or else you want to check any upcoming events, you can see if you go to events, there is upcoming events option. There is option for upcoming events. Let this load. So there is upcoming skill training program for embedded C. Okay, you can, if you are someone who is interested in electronics or embedded systems, you can just go through this program. This is free. This is free of cost. It starts from September 16, October 11, 7 p.m. And this is about the course. So this will be, this is the program course when it will start, highlights. So if you have any queries, you can just text us at these numbers. And also certification will be provided. The program duration is 4 weeks. You can register to this program as well. This is free of cost. And coming to the courses, we have other courses also. Machine learning with Python. Okay. And we have AIoT course, internship. Internship, we have AIoT course, AIoT internship. So if at all, if you are interested in any of these courses, whatever I'm discussing, embedded C programming, that is free of cost. If at all, if you are interested or if you want to take part of these courses, you can just use the referral code alumni. ALU, just note down the code ALUMNI. ALU, capital A, LUMNI. Capital A, capital L, capital U, capital M, capital N, capital I. You can use this referral code to get 50% discount on any of the upcoming courses, that is artificial IoT. So if you go to this course, you can just go to the contents, and also international project certification will be provided, and it is online mode, live hands-on, and duration is 6 weeks. And this program is also available for you people. And we have many courses like that. Machine learning with Python is also there. So if you are interested in any of these courses, you can just go to the website and you can contact us. Okay. So attendance link is also shared in the comment box. You can fill up the attendance link. And you can write about your experience about all the sessions for this course through the Google review link. And evaluation link will be shared soon. So if you are interested, you can just take part of these courses and events. This is free of cost. Embedded C, if you are someone who is into electronics, who is interested in electronics or embedded systems, you can just take part of this embedded course also, embedded C program course. Okay. So if you have any queries, you can ask me right now. How to check the record? Can I just know what record you are asking? And certification will be provided to the participants whoever has qualified. The certificate will be issued within 1 week. Okay. So just go to the evaluation link. You can just go to the evaluation so that you can have interactive session. And if you qualify, if you have not qualified any of the previous evaluations, if you get qualified in this evaluation, you can get the free certification. The certificates will be shared within 1 week. Okay. You can register whatever the course you are interested in. Okay. So since we have already learned Python, so if at all you want to just get into any other technology that uses Python, you can just go to the courses here, AI and data analytics. You can also go through AIoT. Okay. So evaluation link has been shared in the comment box. Just fill up the, just go through the assessment. The duration of the assessment is 30 minutes. And the evaluation link will be closed by 7:30. So if you qualify in this evaluation, you can get the certificate. And that will be shared within 1 week. And don't forget to go to the Pragyatmika website and check in future also. If you want to check any upcoming courses or upcoming events, just go to the Pragyatmika website. Be updated here. And if you have any queries also, you can just email at this email. You can just email us using helpdesk@pragyatmika.co.in, or you can just call us at this number, or else you can text at this number. Okay, so that's it about this Python web app and GitHub course. So I hope you all have enjoyed this course. So if you have any queries, you can just reach out to this email and you can just text us or call us at this number. Thanks again, and I look forward to seeing many of you in our future sessions. So that's it about that's it about the Python web app and GitHub course. So if you have any queries, you can ask me right now, or else we'll end the course. We'll end the session. Yeah, thank you. So any other queries you have? So someone who is asking about certificate will be shared to your email, respective emails within 1 week. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you again. Thanks again, and we are just ending the session.